Welcome back, Host Nerd fans. In today's video, I will be giving my full in-depth review on King's Dominion in Dawsonville, Virginia. Most of my opinions are going to be very unpopular, and probably I'm going to get quite a bit of hate for this. But I'm going to just go straight out of the gate and say King's Dominion, in my opinion, is better than King's Island. Yes. As many times as I have been to King's Island, I do think King's Dominion does everything better that King's Island wants to do. I mean, King's Island's 1-2 punch, you can really put that with anywhere. You can put Mystic Tempers, Diamondback, Mystic Tempers, Orion, Diamondback. You can even throw the Beast in there, and I know some people that would even throw Banshee up in that top 2 rankings. But for King's Dominion, their top 2 blows King's Island's top 2 out of the water, whichever you choose. With I-305 and Twisted Tempers, which are by far some of the best roller coasters I actually rode on my coaster trip I took out to Virginia. It's easily top 2 right there, and that's not even counting with Busch Gardens lineup. Those 2 coasters are in my top 10 too, and are just phenomenal rides. And personally, I'm really jealous King's Dominion actually got Intimidator 305 and King's Island did not. Because I would definitely be riding that all the time, but Orion, not really too interested in riding that too many times. I might hit it up like maybe once or twice, but I'm most likely going to be going over to Diamondback or Mystic for the whole day, or even the Bat for the whole day. Orion's just that ride that everyone's going to be on, which, don't get me wrong, that's perfectly fine. But something about Intimidator that really pushes you over the edge to be like, I actually did that. And then Twisted Tempers. Twisted Tempers is the definition of what, honestly, I feel like Mystic Tempers should have been. Which I'm so glad that King's Island didn't get Twisted Tempers, for the fact of King's Dominion needed that new coaster, and they got a phenomenal roller coaster. Personally, I think Twisted Tempers is one of the best RMCs I have personally ridden. It's definitely up there with Still Vengeance and Lightning Rod. I'm not going to give too much away for my rankings on that, which we'll do that later this year with the rankings video. But King's Dominion's top 2, roller coaster wise, is phenomenal. Plus, on top of that, other reasons why I do like King's Dominion over King's Island is the overall atmosphere. I do feel like the theming of the lands and stuff. So you get to Safari Village. That's where it gets kind of confusing with Italian stuff, or Backlot stunt coaster. And then you got Flight of Fear, and then you got Intimidator 305. Which I do feel like Intimidator 305 is kind of in its own little area, so I don't really count that as part of Safari Village. But I will say the Flight of Fear section right there is kind of just in a weird place. You don't really expect that out of, in a Safari Village. But also, since we're on the topic of Flight of Fear, I do think Flight of Fear in King's Dominion is a lot better than the Flight of Fear at King's Island. Don't know, just something about it. The ride overall is a lot smoother than the one in Mason, Ohio. And I also do like the theming inside the building for King's Dominion's Flight of Fear. It's very unique. It gets the point across that you're in the secret military base and they found an alien spaceship and it crashed. And it just gets the point across really easily. While King's Islands, you can definitely tell it was made for a broader audience and they were expecting a lot more people, so they had to really expand the room. Which, if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you guys go to King's Dominion and King's Island, I guess it's called a pre-show room right before you step on the spaceship, 2 completely different rooms. And you can definitely tell the one at King's Island was meant for large capacity crowds. But anyway, it's enough talking about the roller coasters and the similarities and stuff. I do like the flat ride collection at King's Dominion. It's phenomenal. Also, their live entertainment is really good. And I did get to eat at King's Dominion. Their food is actually really good. Sadly, I only had Chick-fil-A. I was going to eat the macaroni bowl that they have at King's Dominion, but when I was there, it was closed, which sucked. But overall, this park is just stunning. It is one of the prettier Cedar Fair parks. Kings Island, believe it or not, even though that park is really pretty, it just doesn't have the charm that Kings Dominion has when it comes down with all the trees. Don't get me wrong, as much as I am putting Kings Island down, I love Kings Island. It is still a phenomenal park, but I feel like Kings Dominion, even though when Kings Entertainment built these parks, they definitely got all the stuff that they were trying to do with Kings Island, they did right with Kings Dominion. But anyway, as like a score, I would say this park gets a 9 for me. I mean, it definitely needs some love and attention, and I would love to see Cedar Fair actually work on this park. It desperately needs some TLC here and there, especially in that Safari Village. It's really, really lacking. And kind of separate the tall rides out and stuff, because your big rides that you can mostly see are all on the left side of the park. You see Dominator basically towering over everything, same with Intimidator, and then the drop tower is also pretty much on that side. They kind of did separate it out with Windseeker on the right side next to Twisted Timbers. But there's just a few minor things they should definitely work on, which I feel like they're getting the grounds work a lot better than what it has been in the past, from my understanding. But this park is gorgeous. Everyone should 100% check it out if you're in Virginia. It's definitely not to miss park. I kind of regret not going 7 years ago when I went to Virginia to Busch Gardens Williamsburg. But anyway, if you guys like this video, leave a like, leave a comment, and we'll see you guys out in the queues.